Welcome to In a Pickle. I'm Karthik Venkatraman, and today we're going to be talking some NBA, one team in particular, the Golden State Warriors. My big question have they lost a step? Now, call me a fool basically for calling out a team that's challenging the best NBA team of all time's record in the 95-96 Bulls. But yes, I think the Warriors have lost a step. What I mean by that is they've just looked great instead of untouchable, which is what they've basically looked like for the majority of the season. But don't get me wrong, I think the Warriors are still the best team in the NBA, but is this kind of performance that they've had lately going to be enough to break that record of 72-10? So what I'd like to do is flash back to the back half of January. The Warriors spanked the Cavs, Bulls, Spurs, and Mavericks in a 4 out of 5 game span. And they beat the Cavs by 34 on the road, Bulls by 31 on the road, Spurs by 30, and the Mavericks by 20. That is incredible. What they did, when they did that, I took a step back. I was like, oh man, this team is going to break that record of 72-10. I have no doubt about it. When you go and beat that caliber of teams and a 4 out of 5 game span, and they beat the Pacers too, and the Pacers were a good team. They didn't blow them out, but they still beat them by 12. In the game they basically put away in the first quarter. I really think at that point, I really thought the Warriors might just beat the record, but now I'm really not as sure. I'm not as impressed because maybe it's because of this ridiculous standard that they set up, and since then, it's the Warriors have almost lost to the 76ers. Took a buzzer beater to pull that one out. The Wizards almost had the Warriors. I'm going to let the Thunder game slide because the Thunder are a great team. But then they almost lost to the Houston Rockets that have lost 6 out of 8 games. So when you look at all that, I don't know. Recently, I haven't felt the same about the Warriors. It might be the standard. And I know people are going to say, well, on any given night, any NBA team can beat any NBA team. But for me, it's just the Warriors have seemed so untouchable all season. It's kind of thrown me back a little. I think there's some factors that get into it. Let me talk about the 76ers game first. Draymond Green, after the game, came out and said that the reason why the team started letting the 76ers back in the game is he was getting a little selfish, trying to get that triple-double. Now, that kind of concerns me, because for such a selfless team that is admired for the great ball movement and the team play, it stunned me. It's not a major problem now, but it's at least concerning to think Draymond is thinking, man, we're coasting. I'm going to get mine while I can. That's got to be a little concerning, right? Like, you got this team. It's a well-oiled machine. You keep winning game after game after game. Currently, they're on an 11-game winning streak. I understand. They haven't lost. But the caliber of teams they've been playing lately hasn't been that great either. And they've basically coasted into this All-Star break. Now, against the Wizards, it took a godly performance by Stephen Curry. 51 points, and he scored a crazy amount in the first quarter, I think, where he went like 7 of 8 from three-point land. It took him 134 points in that game to get rid of a Wizards team that is under 500. And I don't think they played defense for barely a possession in that game, as they allowed 121 points. Maybe they had their mind going to see the president the next day and for their championship White House visit. With a lot on their plate, they might have just looked human again. I'm not sure, but I really think that they've lost at least some kind of step. Am I being too harsh on a team that's only lost 4 times in 52 games this season? Probably. I will say this, though. After the All-Star break, they go on a 6-game road stretch that might be arguably tougher than any stretch they faced in the first half of their season. And for the rest of the season, they got to play the Spurs 3 more times, the Thunder twice, the Clippers twice, the Hawks twice, and the Celtics, who took them to a double overtime game and are starting to look really impressive. And maybe with a trade or two, the Celtics are maybe arguably one of the 2 best teams in the East. So they can only lose 6 more games at most to get to the record. And I think they're going to have to amp up their play, maybe not back to what it was in late January, but they got to amp it up to some bit. You can't coast against the kind of schedule they're going to have on the back half of their season after this All-Star break. And with this now new All-Star break, which you have a complete week off before you come back and play, maybe it's a good thing. Maybe they'll rest up, but a lot of those players are going to be playing in the All-Star game, involved in All-Star weekend, and maybe it might take them even more out of a rhythm. We don't know. We're going to see ultimately, I don't think the Warriors will get the all-time record. That being said, it's mostly because I think they're coasting right now. If they amp it up a little bit, they'll have a shot at it. They'll have a decent shot because the back half of the season's a little shorter than the first half of the season, and they have 6 games to lose. And as I've said, they haven't really lost a whole lot at the beginning of the season. So maybe I'm being a little too harsh, but Warriors fans, you just better be hoping your team didn't peak a little too early, and then they're not going to coast through the back half of the season as well. But this has been In a Pickle with Karthik Venkatraman. Tell me what you think. Am I being too harsh on the Golden State Warriors, a team that's challenging the all-time record for regular season wins, or do you think I maybe onto something a little bit? But I guess we won't know for sure until the All-Star break is over. Anyways, In a Pickle, Karthik Venkatraman. Catch you next time.